Whoa. Whoa. It's Stanley. I'm gonna start now. Alright. Let's begin. I will not. I absolutely will not. I heard that game tanks your computer's performance. I heard it's really bad performance-wise. So I'd rather not. The end is never the end, is it?
This is the story.
I'm good.
All
Welcome
of his
back.
co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
What happened?
No matter how hard Stanley looked, he couldn't find
Can
a
you shut
trace of his co-workers.
Okay, so when I joined in, no, when I started up the game, it told me it got me to set the time again. I was like, did I lose my game progress? And then it was like, it's like, thank you, we really appreciate you setting the clock a second time. Just for that, next time you can set the clock to whatever time you want.
Stanley went around touching every little thing in the office, but it didn't make a single difference. No, oh, please. Are you really just doing this for the achievement? Click a door 5...
Nope. Hello. Welcome.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
I'm gonna do this
No
one.
matter how hard
This is the
Stanley
one
looked,
I can think of
he
right
couldn't
now.
find a trace of his co-workers.
Yeah, I already got that in the achievement where you click on the door bunch. Whee!
At first, Stanley assumed he'd broken the map, until he heard this narration and realized it was part of the game's design all along. He then praised the game for its insightful and witty commentary into the nature of video game structure and its examination of structural narrative tropes. So, now that you're here, what do you think? Isn't this a fun and unique place to be? Why don't we take a minute just to drink it all in? Okay, I'm over it now. What do you think? Are you sick of this gag yet?
You sick of this gag? No.
Ah, then in that case, we'll continue. But now, here comes the real question. What do you think would have happened if you had told me that you wanted this to stop? Do you think it would have been particularly different? Would I have
Yeah, I
taken
can't wait to
same
see the new
idea
stuff.
but rephrased it superficially to fit that answer? Perhaps you never would even have thought of it if I hadn't brought up the issue in the first place.
Yeah.
Oh, now, think about it. Will it be worth it for you to restart and then come back here just to do the other option? Clearly, this whole gag takes some time. What if the other option is even longer? How long will you spend in total just to have heard all the narration?
Well, I will.
And this is Rich. Perhaps you
I
just
will.
played the other option, and now
I
you've
didn't.
come to see what
yet.
happens in this one.
What
So,
did I do? I don't know what I
do you
did.
think? Which choice was the better one? Imagine if you had selected continue on your first playthrough, how tantalizing it would be not knowing what happens when you pick the other option. Indeed, you are one of the lucky ones. Though if the other option is really miserable to listen to, then perhaps you're not. In fact, I'm just going to say that no one who's listening to this is lucky. Well now, I've built up the other option so much that I'm going to stop talking and leave you to your decision whether to come back here, continue with the game, or just sit in this spot forever and ever. Cheers.
I'm pretty sure he does more stuff. He said I'm not lucky. I know. Don't Michael! Don't leave me here! Michael! Alright. Nothing? Oh, okay. Let's do it. I'm gonna get the I'm gonna hit the yes button.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo. At first, Stanley assumed he'd broken the map, until he heard this narration and realized it was part of the game's design all along. He then praised the game for its insightful and witty commentary into the nature of video game structure and its examination of structural narrative tropes.
There's nobody in there
Now that
to
you're
chat.
here, what do you think? Isn't this a fun and unique place to be? Why don't we take a minute just to drink it all in? Okay, I'm over it now. What do you think? Are you sick of this gag yet?
Yes.
Well, I don't know how to say this politely, but you could literally just hit escape and restart the game any old time you want. Like right now.
I could.
You could have done it just then. Now would also be an appropriate time to quit. Any of these points and so many, many more, all of them are appropriate.
Sure.
I'm enjoying what seems to be an internal conflict going on where you are literally unable to act on your own desires to restart the game. So, just to push the envelope, I'm going to try and make this
looking up 2009 cat
and
memes.
see how long you can maintain.
Okay. Yes, thank you for your support right here,
There was
Timur.
a man named Stanley, who people considered so manly. But the truth must be told, he was not very old and was quite particularly gangly.
Let me know if this is too quiet.
Was buttons. He pushed them like some kind of glutton. He did it all day in a
A meaningful way.
but his brain long ceased to function.
Oh,
Which is
jeez.
why he's in this parable and lives an existence quite terrible. And if you are not strong and keep playing along, you too will become quite unbearable. Yes. You too will become quite unbearable.
Nice. Hit me up on MySpace. The year is 2007. You're looking up 2009 memes in 2007 is the question. Are you just gonna keep playing this? Come on. Sorry for all those streams where I'm just a cat gazing into the galaxies. It's not gonna be forever. I'm just taking my time, making sure the new model is nice, and like I'm working on some assets and stuff. So it's all coming along. Don't you worry. Is this gonna keep going? Yeah, I think it's gonna keep going. Alright. Alright, what's next?
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
I know there's an ending where you where you turn off all of the computers that are awaiting input. And then you get a special ending or whatever. So I'm gonna do that.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
No, it's a self project. I'm building a working on some my own assets by myself. Hey, George Lopez is so funny. What?
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo. No matter how hard Stanley looked, he couldn't find a
What is
trace
that
of his
sound?
co-workers.
It's supposed to be wind? Let's go roller skating, then get some ices. 2007 is such a great year. I sure hope the economy doesn't collapse in America in a year. Yeah. It's funny because in 2007 I was like... in 2007 I was 7. Do it. No.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
No, I'm avoiding it. No new content until all old content is complete. That was really funny though. It was just a door that said new content.
Yet there was not a single person here either.
Tips for not getting fired. Talk less.
Disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer there. Stanley stepped into the broom closet.
Oh, okay,
but
he's
there
not
was
gonna...
nothing here, so he turned around and coming to a staircase. Stanley walked up
go.
to his boss's office.
Executive bathroom. Is there... Oh, there it is. I'm getting the button ending. The button time.
How wonderful. Stanley was alone. Finally.
Yay! Welcome, Stanley, to heaven. Yes! I'm gonna press every single button, unless they, like, on-pressed, and in that case, then I'm not gonna be able to do that. Oh, Yeah, they unpress. No, there's no him. Nice. Okay, I'm done. I'm done with button heaven.
All of his co-workers were gone.
What could it mean?
Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Was that different? It feels like that's different. I'll visit you soon. Don't worry.
When Stanley came to a
Okay,
set of two open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Maybe I'll do the escape pod ending.
Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office. Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
Alright, let's do it.
Stepping in...
There we go. This one is kind of like the creepiest and one of the, not creepy, but it's kind of just weird. Oh, the doors are open again. I wonder if the new content door is still there. Oh, yeah, it is. Wait, no. Oh, it's gone. Okay, cool. Let's see. Let's do it. What? Oh, right, yeah, I remember this. Escape pod bay to floor 760. Floor 760. Did they change this or no? I feel like it was like this. It was like a 755. Wow, 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 wow. Boo doo ba doo ba doo boo boo wow. Wow, wow, wow. Wow, 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 wow. The lift, not the elevator. Oh. I'll check it out once I do the escape pod. Escape pod launch bay. Let's go. Wait, is it this way or? Okay, I'll go directly forward. There we go. Yeah, I remember this. 2007, you would wake up at 9 a.m., go to an inflatables funhouse, then go to Blockbuster, not for the movies, but for the bunch of crunch candy at the front. Wow. And go home and play PS2, yeah.
What could it mean?
In 2007, I was 7 years old. So I wasn't doing much. I was probably like going to the park or whatever. What am I doing next?
When Stanley came to a set of two open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Yeah, I remember a lot of the endings, so I'm gonna try to go through all of the ones that I think are in the base game. We're doing new content.
Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping
The world is ending in December.
Stanley walked upstairs
Yeah, sure.
to his boss's office.
Executive bathroom. You said there was something new with the...
Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any...
I don't remember what the code is.
What could it mean? Stanley wondered aloud to nobody. He began wildly tearing through papers on the boss's desk, pulling books off the shelf. looking behind paintings, desperate for clues to his situation. But his attention was caught by a keypad behind the boss's desk. What could its purpose be? In fact,
After you go
this
down,
keypad
look at
guarded
the lift again.
terrible secret that lay buried below his feet. And so the boss had assigned it an extra secret pin number, 2845. But of course, Stanley couldn't possibly have known this.
What?
Stanley just sat around twiddling his thumbs.
8.
Trying to input anything on the device was useless, since he could never possibly know that the combination. Yet incredibly, by simply pushing random buttons on the keypad, Stanley happened to input the correct code.
So where's the change?
Amazing. He
I don't remember what where the change is.
Passageway.
Stop it with the 2012 dimmer.
Descending deeper into the
I'm drinking water, by the way.
Stanley realized he felt a bit peculiar. It
'Cause
was
I'm
a
cool.
stirring of emotion in his chest, as though he felt more free to
You're
think,
cool if you drink water.
to
So
question
drink water,
about the
friends.
job. Why did he feel
Stay
this way,
hydrated.
when for years it had never occurred to him? This question would not go unanswered for long.
There's an wait. What? Really? I'll do that later. Okay, so there's a new content door and there's that up
Walked
button.
straight ahead through the large door
So I'm gonna
that
do
read,
the I want to take over the facility ending. Go to your local water store.
The lights rose on an enormous room packed with television.
Thanks for letting me know about that, though.
What horrible secret did this place hold? Stanley thought to himself. Did he have the strength to find out?
I honestly would not have noticed that there was an up button that was different. Honestly, I would not have noticed if you hadn't pointed that out. Thank you. I'll take a look at it soon.
Now the monitors jumped to life, their true nature revealed. Each bore the number of an employee in the building, Stanley's co-workers. The lives of so many individuals reduced to images on a screen, and Stanley, one of them, eternally monitored in this place where freedom meant nothing.
I live in the middle of an extreme suburbs. There's no... Then exit the suburb and get water.
This mind control facility, it was too horrible to believe. It couldn't be true. Had Stanley really been under someone's control all this time? Was this the only reason he was happy with his boring job? That his emotions had been manipulated to accept it blindly? No. He refused
To do the
to
disco
believe it.
secret? Oh, right, yeah. I
Couldn't accept it. His own life in someone else's control.
don't remember where the disco secret
It was
is. I know it was somewhere
wasn't
here
it?
in
Was it
the
even possible?
watching
Had he
area.
truly spent his entire life utterly blind to the world?
Utterly blind to the world.
Proof. The heart of the operation.
Facility power.
Controls labeled with emotions. Happy.
It's my
or
time to
sad.
control the world.
Walking,
Yes.
working, all of it monitored
To
and
control the
confined to
world.
this very place.
Can you
As the
refresh
cold
me
reality
on
was
how to do the
beginning to
disco?
sink in,
The disco room?
Stanley decided
I
that
forget how
this
to do that.
machinery would never again exert its... Oh, Stanley, you didn't just activate the controls, did you? After they kept you enslaved all these years, you go and you try to take control of the machine for yourself. Is that what you wanted? Control? Oh, Stanley, I applaud your effort, I really do. But you need to understand, there's only so much
Oh,
that machine can
I did
do.
not know that.
You were
I can,
supposed to let it go. Turn the controls off.
Feel free to point me in the direction to find that when I get back to it. I'll get back to that next.
Better than that. I'm afraid you don't have nearly the power you think you do. For example, and I believe you'll find this pertinent, Stanley suddenly realized he had just initiated the network's emergency detonation system. In the event that this machine is
I like the music
activated
for this
without
ending.
proper DNA
Hold on.
identification, nuclear
Come on,
detonators
let's do it.
explode,
Do the music.
eliminating the entire complex.
The
How long until detonation then? Let's say 2 minutes. Ah, now this is making things a little more fun, isn't it, Stanley? It's your time to shine. You are the star. It's your story now. Shape it to your heart's desires. Oh, this is much better than what I had in mind. What a shame we have so little time left to enjoy it. Mere moments until the bomb.
I don't think that
goes off. But what
trying to
precious
do anything
moments
here
it
actually
is.
gets you the win
More
though.
time to talk about you,
One,
about me, where we're going, what all
two.
this means. I barely know where to start. What's that? You'd like to know where your co-workers are?
One,
A moment
two.
of solace before you're obliterated. All right, I'm in a good mood. You're gonna die anyway.
Three.
I'll tell you exactly what
I don't think they do anything though.
I erased them.
I raised
Turned off the
them.
machine. I set you free.
I
Of course,
raised
that was
them.
merely in this instance of the story. Sometimes when I tell it, I simply let you sit there in your
Quattro.
office forever, pushing buttons endlessly and then dying alone. Other times, I let the office sink into the ground, swallowing everyone inside, or I let it burn to a crisp.
Cinco.
I have to say,
Cinco.
though, this version of events has been rather amusing. Watching you try to make sense
Nothing.
of everything and take back the control wrested away from you, it's quite rich. I almost hate to see it go. But I'm sure
Yeah, no, there's no point in doing anything here.
next go around will be even better. My goodness, only 34 seconds left. But I'm enjoying this so much. You know what? To hell with
This one is the narrator. The narrator
extra time.
condescends to you as you're trying to
These
as you're trying to figure out how to save yourself.
Time doesn't grow on trees.
Boom.
Oh dear me, what's the matter, Stanley? Is it that you have no idea where you're going or what you're supposed to be doing right now? Or did you just assume when you saw that timer that something in this room was capable of turning it off? I mean, look at you. Running from button to button, screen to screen, clicking on every little thing in this
No, you're-
room. These numbers-
Timur, are you okay? You're going very fast through the years.
This red button, or this
Soon you'll get farther than like
Something
now.
here will save me. Why would you think that, Stanley? That this video game can be beaten? Won? Solved? Do you have any idea what your purpose in this place is? Stanley, you're in for quite a disappointment. But here's a spoiler for you. That timer
I'm
is
just rocking along to this music.
moving along. It's just seconds ticking away to your death. You're only still playing instead of watching a cutscene because I want to watch you for every moment that you're powerless.
The year's 2020. Wow, this channel streaming Ocarina of Time. I think I'll check
This is
it
a
out.
challenge. It's a tragedy. You wanted to control this world, that's fine. But I'm going to destroy it first. So
Goodbye, employee 427.
take a look at the clock, Stanley. That's 30 seconds you have left to struggle. 30 seconds until a big boom and then nothing. No ending here. Just you being blown to pieces. Will you cling desperately to your frail life?
This song is not gonna lie, it is like it's a banger.
Choice?
I love this song.
Can't or don't.
It's got like
Same time.
different parts just kind of like
And believe me, I will be laughing at every second.
like atmospheric, and then there's got the purpose like pow, 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 pow. Yeah. Oh, there we go. Hey.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps
Alright,
it's simply
guide
just
me
a
to
man.
it's turning into another Starlight stream without the other 30,000 viewers. Yeah, I wish. Alright,
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
I don't remember how to do the disco one, and also I don't know where else the other secrets are.
Yet there was not a single person here either.
I completely forgot about the
Filled with
disco room.
disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might coming to a staircase.
Is there a save state thing in this one? I don't think so. I think they got rid of that when they went to,
Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
settings, controls. I'm guessing there's no cheat ending this time. Because there's... You call a lift, then go back and press the first... Oh, okay, yeah.
The moment he entered his manager's office, Stanley froze in his tracks. Not a living soul anywhere. Stanley was in such a rush to get through the story as quickly as possible.
All right, let's do it.
He didn't even have a single minute to just let the narrator talk. That kind
I
of
wish I could play the
anxiety
piano.
isn't healthy. So he relaxed for a few moments with some calming new age music. Feeling soothed and rejuvenated, Stanley calmly walked forward into the opened passageway.
I'm still in that vibe of the thing. I'll do that. I'll go up later after I get the escape pod or whatever. Here we are. We're back in the mind control facility.
Stanley walked straight ahead through the large door that read Mind Control Facility.
Okay, so you call left.
The lights rose on an enormous room packed with television screens. What horrible secret did this place hold? Stanley thought to himself. Did he have the strength to find
Timmer, that's a very awful outlook. The year's 2021. Wow, this channel is streaming Shadow the Hedgehog. I think we'll watch it. The classic Shadow the Hedgehog playthrough I did. That was very fun. Alright.
Now the monitors jumped to life, their true nature revealed. Each bore the number of an employee in the building, Stanley's co-workers. The lives of so many individuals reduced to images on a screen, and Stanley, one of them, eternally monitored in this place where freedom meant nothing.
Freedom meant nothing. Now to wait. Oh wait, no. It's wait, is it after the lift? Do I go okay, yeah, call the lift down first, okay.
This mind control facility, it was too horrible to believe. It couldn't be true. Had Stanley really been under someone's control all this time? Was this the only reason he was happy with his boring job? That his emotions had been manipulated to accept it blindly?
Right. Take me back. What is on that screen? It's like red text. There we go. Let's go. The royalty-free disco music. You never go secret. Secrets, and go Secret Rangers. Faithfully ported Secrets 2022. Never give up on your dreams. Secrets from 2014. Alright, what's the other secret? What was the other secret you mentioned that was here? Yeah, I know. Where is it? What do I do to get to it? This one or a different one? Okay.
Aha! You've made it to the bottom of the mind control facility. Welcome! You see, back when the Stanley Parable first launched in 2013, getting to the bottom of the mind control facility was a bug that we simply didn't catch during development. And you all sent us lots of photos of it on Twitter, acting very superior about it. And you're all very, very clever. Good for you. Anyway, when it came time to update the game, we knew that we had to do something about this little goof of ours. So here you go. New content. You can call it the bottom of the mind control room ending, if that enhances your perception of the value of these updates. Isn't that what you crave? New content? Always more content, more content, more. And I'm here to give it to you. I'm here to make it seem like we really covered every nook and cranny of the game with secrets and Easter eggs. How about this? We wrote a new piece of music just for this section. You won't hear it anywhere else in the game. It's a secret that's just for you. That's how special you are.
Give it to me.
We call this track Good Job You've Made It to the Bottom of the Mind Control Facility. Well done.
Good job, you did it. Good job. 3, 2, 1. Good job, you made it to the bottom of the mind control facility.
I'm gonna just listen to this.
You jumped on the catwalk. You should have been careful. You should have been careful. It used to be a bug, but now it's an ending. Now it's an ending.
Now it's an ending.
I believe in your ability to cross this barrier and chase your dreams. But railings don't mean anything. Good job, you did it. 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 Good job, you did it.
Good job, you did it. Good job, you did it. Good job, you did it.
Good job, you did it. Good job, you did it.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Oh, yeah. Scotty's call. I just read that. Okay, I'm gonna get, what's happening?
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left. Yet
What's
there was
happening,
not a
Timmer?
single person
Is everything okay? Do I need to send
Feeling a
support?
wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer
You
there.
did it. Yeah, you did it. Did
Stanley
it.
walked
Did it.
upstairs to his boss's
Did it.
office.
Alright, I'm going up.
Okay, I think we all know the drill by now. Blah, blah, blah. Dark secrets, keypad, Stanley pushes some buttons. Oh, hey, look, it's a new passageway. Kill surprise.
Yes, thank you. Thank you, narrator, for making it easier for me.
Stanley walked straight ahead through the large door that read Mind Control Facility.
Let's escape.
Although this passageway had the word escape written on it, the truth was that at the
Escape.
end of this hall,
Escape. Wait.
Stanley would meet his violent.
Should I do this after the new content or before the new content? Does this spoil some of the new content? Because I know this is the museum ending where they show a bunch of like the behind the scenes. Yeah, we did it. Did it. Did it. Did it. Did it. Did it. Okay, maybe there's new content first. There's a whole lot. Okay.
Stanley had never seen the office this brightly lit. Was it a sign of something? He hoped it was. He hoped very much that it was.
All right, I'm gonna go right, and I'm gonna do a couple
When Stanley
of
came to
the.
a set of two open doors, this was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it. Ah, yes, truly a room worth admiring. But eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left.
No, I already did that. Where's there? No. Oh no.
Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago.
Weep.
But in his eagerness to prove that he is in control of the story and no one gets to tell him what to do, Stanley leapt from the platform and plunged to his death. Good job, Stanley. Everyone thinks you are very powerful.
Good job, Stanley.
Stanley had never seen the office this brightly lit. Was it a sign of something? He hoped it was.
Can you make it darker?
Very much that it was.
Yeah, I'm just gonna finish off some of the extra
When Stanley came
endings
to a
I
set of
remember.
two open doors, this was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop.
Timur, you're gonna have to be more specific than just
to admire
it's
it.
happening and alert.
Wow. Yes, this room. But eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left. Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago.
I'm gonna do this, and then I'm gonna get the
Look, Stanley,
The-
I think perhaps we've gotten off on the wrong foot.
the wife
I'm
ending.
not your enemy.
I'm gonna do this, and then I'm gonna do the wife
I
ending.
realize that investing your trust in someone else can be difficult, but the fact is that the story has been about nothing but you. What? Really? I was in the middle of something. Do you have zero consideration for others? Are you that convinced that I want something bad to happen to you? Why, I don't know how to convince you of this, but I really do want to help you, to show you something beautiful. Look, let me prove it. Let me prove that I'm on your side. Give me a chance. Now listen carefully, this is important. Stanley walked through the red door.
Right.
Oh, thank God you are willing to listen to me. Do you see that I really have wanted you to be happy all this
Goat.
time? The
What about
problem is
goat?
all these choices. The two of us
What
all
is
trying
goat?
to get somewhere that isn't here. Running and running and running, just the way you're doing right now. Don't you see that it's killing us, Stanley? I want it to stop. We would
Oh,
both
we're going
be so happy
non-Euclidean.
if we just stopped. And I think I have a solution. Here, let me show you. What do we want? What are we looking for?
Space. The fun.
Oh, it's beautiful, isn't it? If we just stay right here, right in this moment with this place, Stanley, I think I feel happy. I actually
Nope.
feel happy. No, wait. Where are you going?
Too bad, so sad.
Oh no. Stay away from those stairs. If you hurt yourself, if you die, the game will
We
reset.
haven't.
We'll lose all
That
of
was like
this.
20 seconds. Why are you so attached, man?
No, Stanley, let me stay here. Don't take this from me. Please, Stanley, think about what you're doing. No!
Ow.
Oh, no. No, what are you doing, Stanley? Please, I'm asking you not to take this away from me. I can't go back to what I was before. If you die, we'll both go back. Why are you doing this?
Boop.
Stanley, let's go back to the other room.
I think you actually like slow down. Goat. Simulate it. What?
Perhaps you can. Perhaps you finally see what I'm talking
Army,
about.
me, is the narrator or your.
I know you'll see that we can't be happy if we leave this place. You can see that, can't you?
Nope. I can't see it. I just see space.
No, perhaps not.
Perhaps not. Yeah, perhaps not. Maybe I'm just bored. In this single space. We're going.
God, is this really how much you dislike my game?
I like your game. I'm just
Throw yourself from this platform over and over to be rid of it?
I'm
You're
just
literally willing to kill
getting
yourself
this ending.
to keep me from being happy. Am I reading the situation correctly? Or maybe you're just getting a kick out of it. I don't know anymore. I just wanted us to get along. But I guess that was too much to ask. It looks like you wanted to make a choice after all.
I
Well,
did.
This one is yours.
The choice is end. Goodbye. Goodbye, Stanley. Have a nice life. Whee!
Is it over?
Is it over?
It's going to restart, isn't it? I'm going.
It was a room with space. It wasn't that impressive. It wasn't that. He sounds so defeated. I know. That one was a sad one.
Outside and perhaps rain started, and if it did, it stopped shortly after. Stanley hoped that he would one day see weather.
One day, see weather.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, this was not the
He
correct
entered
way
the
to the
door on
meeting
his
room,
left.
and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it.
He
The lounge
entered the
was
door
fine,
on his
a work of art. But eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left. Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago.
Great.
Look, Stanley, I
Let's
think
go.
we've gotten off on the wrong foot.
We
I'm
riding the
not
lift.
really, I'm not.
Get the
I
wife.
realize that investing your trust
It's-
in someone
it's
else
wife
is
time.
difficult, but the fact is that the story has been about nothing but you all this time. There's someone you've been neglecting, Stanley. Someone you've forgotten about.
Blick.
Please, stop trying to make every decision by yourself. Now, I'm not asking for me. This is it, Stanley. Your chance to redeem yourself. To put your work aside. To let her back
When will I
into
have
your
a
life.
wife?
She's
I don't know.
been
That's
waiting.
your prerogative. That's up to you.
You need to be the one
And
to
you're-
do this. To reach.
Yay. Hello, Stanley.
Oh, Stanley, is that you? Hold on, sweetie. Sorry to keep you waiting. I'm just pulling the bread out of the oven.
I'm just pulling the bread out of the oven.
Okay, there we go. All right, now, I want you to come in and tell me all about your
Day of work.
Gotcha! Oh, come on. Did you actually think you had a loving wife who'd want to commit their life to you? I'm trying to make a point here, Stanley. I'm trying to get you to see something. Come inside. Let me show you what's really going on here. This is a very sad story about the death of a man named Stanley. Stanley is quite a boring fellow.
Would you?
He has a job that demands nothing of him, and every button that he pushes is a reminder of the inconsequential nature of his existence.
Look
at him there, pushing buttons, doing exactly what he's told to do. Now he's pushing a button. Now he's eating lunch. Now he's going home.
Now he's going back to work.
One might even feel sorry for him, except that he's chosen this life.
Oof. Feel that.
But in his mind, he can go on fantastic adventures. From behind his desk, Stanley dreamed of wild expeditions.
There's a desk in my kitchen.
Fantastic discoveries of new lands. It was wonderful. And each day that he returned to work was a reminder that none of it would ever happen to him.
Oh.
And so he began to fantasize about his own job. First, he imagined that one day while at work, he stepped up from his desk to realize that all of his co-workers, his boss, everyone in the building had suddenly vanished off the face of the earth. The thought excited him terribly.
Oh, exciting. Spend time with the bros.
He imagined that he came to two open doors and that he could go through either. At last, choice. It barely even mattered what lay behind each door. The mere thought that his decisions would mean something was almost too wonderful to behold.
Wonderful, isn't it? Pear dinner.
As he wandered through this fantasy world, he began to fill it with many possible paths and destinations. Down one path lay an enormous round room with monitors and mind controls. And down another was a yellow line that weaved in many directions. And down another was a game with a baby. And he called it
The Stanley Parable. H.
It was such a wonderful fantasy, and so in his head he relived it again, and then again, and again, over and over, wishing beyond hope that it would never end, that he might always feel this free. Surely there's an answer down some new path, mustn't there be? Perhaps if he played just one more time.
I love you.
But there is no answer. How could there possibly be? In reality,
Going
all he's
voice.
doing is pushing the same buttons he always has. Nothing has changed. The longer he spends here, the more invested he gets. The more he forgets
Can I get out of my
which
chair?
life is the real one.
No, I can't. I don't think I can. Go to sleep.
I'm trying to tell him this. That in this world he can never be anything but an observer. That as long as he remains here, he's slowly killing himself. But he won't listen to me. He won't stop. Here, watch this. Stanley, the next time the screen asks you to push a button, do not do it.
I don't want to be at work in the morning. I don't think the game continues unless you press it though.
You see? Can he just not hear me? How can I tell him in a way that he'll understand that every second he remains here, he's electing to kill himself? How can I get him to see what I see? How can I make him look at himself?
Why?
Not in the way I want him to.
Oh,
Don't make the rules.
I'll put the
the same as Stanley.
oh.
We're not so different, I
I'm trying to
suppose.
figure out how to do that.
I'll try once more to
Oh.
convey this to him. I'm compelled.
Oh.
I must. Perhaps. Well, maybe this time you'll see. Maybe this time.
I don't know.
And I tried again. And Stanley pushed a
Little.
button. And I tried again. And Stanley pushed a button. And I tried.
Oh, there we go. Ending achieved. I need to turn on the light in here because it's really... It's getting dark. The back of my tongue to the closer to the back of my throat. It's really weird. When my project is finished, then it's finished.
Wait,
And
Stanley thought to himself. Am I sure that the orders stopped coming in? How is that possible? They never stopped. Surely I was mistaken. No, the orders were still missing. For now.
when your project is finished, well, yeah, the project is to Oh, do you mean the? Oh, okay. Yeah, no, I definitely stream it. I don't think there's.
When Stanley came
I don't think
to
there's
a
much
set of
else I haven't
stone
done.
doors, he entered
Yeah.
the door on his left.
I'm gonna do the the up elevator. That's the one that SCRC
Yet there was not a single person
suggested,
here
so I'm gonna do
either.
that.
Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office. Coming to a staircase,
And then after that,
Stanley
I'm doing
walked
the
upstairs to
new
his boss's
content.
office.
Yeah, it's already open.
Door, just go.
Here's the door. Just go. Just go. Stanley. Let's go down. Take me down, narrator. But we're gonna go back up. What if I went back up? What if I went back
Whoops.
up?
Nope. Never mind. Stanley actually got back into the elevator and went back up. Silly me. Why did Stanley do that when he knew that it would just lead back to his boss's office? Well, that's a great question. I just can't wait to find out.
I'm wondering too why he would do that. Yeah, what's gonna happen here?
Here we are, Stanley. It's your boss's office. Exactly the way it was before you got onto the elevator. It's still just exactly what it is. What a decision you've made to come up here and look at the office again. This has fleshed out the plot of the story in new and fascinating ways I could have never anticipated. It's that keen eye for storytelling that you have. An incisive rapid fire of critical plot points, one after the other, weaving a rich tapestry of uncompromising narrative. Wow. I'm bolted to the edge of my seat.
Can I go back through the doors? Is that the extent of that? That you come back? Or is there anything else you can do here? Is that the only thing? I think that's the only thing. I'm going back. Oh, keep going back up.
Now he's getting back into the elevator and going down.
Okay, I see where this is going.
Gentlemen, how does he keep coming up with all this?
I haven't gone on Space Hay in a while. I've been wanting to get back into going on it.
This time, Stanley will walk forward into the spooky corridor, won't he? Did you think we were going to go forward down a spooky corridor? No. It's time once again to go back up in the elevator. I can't even begin to grapple with what might be up there. Is it the boss's office again? Or what if it's the boss's office this time? The suspense is killing me.
This is the good ending. The year's 1999. Oh, I wasn't born yet. The year is 1999 and I'm going to be born. Oh, it's the boss.
Oh my god.
The pizza.
It's the boss's office. This absolutely changes everything for me. Give me a timeout here for a minute while I process this.
Oh! Amazing levels of sarcasm. I love this.
Okay, I'm ready.
He's ready.
I'm prepared to embrace this stunning revelation and to move forward with... No, wait. No, I need more time to process.
I like this. Blump.
All right. I have fully come to terms with it. I have made space in my worldview for this astonishing new reality. As before, I turn to your expert eye for gripping narrative, Master Stanley.
This is the best. I love this. Can I go through the door? I know it came from there, but can I go through the door again? Boop.
Of course. Going back down in the elevator. How did I not anticipate it? I mean, sure, now it's obvious, but you have to understand that 30 seconds ago, this kind of thing had never been attempted before. I had no frame of reference to even anticipate.
Always leave your opponents
How
guessing.
revelatory Stanley's decision-making is. A breath of fresh air in a landscape of storytelling that has grown stale and repetitive.
I think that's it. I think that's it for what he's gonna do.
You know what? I've just thought of something. Hold on, let's stop for a moment. Don't you realize? It's the anticipation, Stanley. You and I, we have no way of knowing what will be at the top of this elevator. But the suspense, the agony of waiting and anticipating and having to guess, that's the real thrill. Oh, I simply don't want to let that feeling go.
Is he gonna just do an infinite elevator or something?
Beating. Why don't we take this elevator ride nice and slow? There we go.
Yeah.
Isn't this
Yeah.
so much more exciting? You know, Stanley, it seems like nowadays the only thing that audiences want...
I actually really like this slow elevator even more.
...as possible. They want
Unironically.
explosive moments flung right in their faces from the very moment that things get started. But where's the tension? Where's the trust in the audience to build a slow and nuanced appreciation for the story, the characters? Why aren't we given time to imagine the surprises, to have to think and to anticipate and then to marvel at the eventual reveal? This is storytelling, Stanley.
Oh yeah.
What you and I are doing
Storytelling.
right now. This is the most
Oh, yeah.
exciting narrative to be developed in years.
Mhm.
And it's really all because of you.
Oh yeah, definitely.
You're the one who took this bold step of revisiting the exact same locations over and over. Truly, I mean it. This is unique and different. It's not like anything else out there. You see, I want stories that surprise me, Stanley. I want to have to think. I want to be engaged and not pandered to. We're being fed such unimaginative
Honestly, yeah.
all the time, and we all know it, which is why we're so starved for content that makes us
Do you feel
sharp
judged?
and vital and alive. That's why people like you so much, Stanley, because you're not afraid to spit in the face of tradition. You're a role model, you know? People look up to you. Which is why, though I didn't know when to spring this on you, but, well, I've gathered a little press conference for you. So
Oh.
that you can talk about your work and your storytelling and your life.
Let's see it.
Yes, I know you're not much for the public eye, but I thought it would especially mean a lot to the people who have been following
This
you
is-
from the beginning. They really look up to you, Stanley. I don't know if
This
you
is
realize
what
the
you
impact
when you
you
put
have
on
them.
like 1,000 layers
Kind
of
of
sarcasm.
that might leave a tremendous impact on them for the better.
Oh yeah, look at that. A red carpet for me.
The room where we're holding the press conference should be just around the corner here somewhere.
World's healthiest human being. All tricks revealed. How we did it. The pyramids. Liv, the guy who went to Mars. Oh, live. Okay. All eyes on Stanley. Stanley. Yay, up the stairs. An evening with world peace.
Yes, here it is, just through
Minecraft
this
door sound. The man, the process, the myth, the legend, the parable. Stanley from the Stanley Parable tonight live on stage. The storyteller, Stanley reveals all in his new book. World's first sentient machine. A conversation with Alexander the Great.
All right, are you ready? I've told them you're going to speak a little bit about the nature of surprise in storytelling and what it means to craft a truly unpredictable narrative. Oh, don't worry. You'll do great. Just be yourself and speak from the
Almonds,
heart.
chair, gum, table, nut bar.
I'm really proud of you, Stanley. Okay, it looks like they're ready for you. Go get 'em.
Break a leg, champ, your boss. Stanley, my true love for you grows every day. Yeah, I can feel alive. Your wife from the apartment, I think. The mannequin wrote it. I love the way you ride elevators, Alex. No one tells stories the way you do. Go get him, Tiger. Thanks for showing me that cool skateboard trick in the parking lot. You're too cool. Good luck on stage, Rock on. That's the same letter. Story, Stanley, me, dad, age 6. I have a son. Or daughter. I mean, a son or a daughter could wear that little hat. Congratulations, Stanley. Remember where you came from, your coworkers. I came from the hills. Up again, down again, Stanley story. I can't read that. Alright. Wish you were here. Aloha from the freedom ending. Adventure awaits. The adventure line. I went to the mind control facility and all I got was this Leslie sticker. 4278. I played the demo. Up and down and up again. The dude who came up with pizza. Doing great, the guy who... Yes! Oh yeah, I'm here. The pressure's getting to me. Oh. Okay, so the game's ringing, not me. Oh.
How long was I sitting there? Stanley wondered to himself.
That was a good ending. I like that ending.
Days? Centuries? Did something crucial happen while my senses
I think I did all of the endings.
He made a note to be
So,
more careful with
but besides the
early
escape
on.
pod,
Oh, new content? What does that mean, new content?
new content. Oh yeah. What's the new content? Narrator, what's the new content?
Hello, and thank you for playing the Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe. As you may know, the Stanley Parable was a video game released in 2013 on home computers.
Review Subway? No.
After receiving
Maybe.
critical and commercial success, it was expanded upon in 2022 with the Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe, a reimagining of the game for consoles and home
The
computers.
school basement. True.
The Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe features exciting new content that broadens and expands the world of the Stanley Parable, delighting audiences the world over.
Yeah.
Please, step inside and see what thrilling new adventures await in the Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe.
Oh, well, this sounds delightful. I'm very excited to see the thrilling new Ultra Deluxe content. Okay, so far it's an elevator. Nothing special yet, but I'm sure it's just the beginning of a mesmerizing adventure.
I love that how the narrator is seeing this blind with me too.
Is it broken? What's going on here? Should we Should we be moving somewhere or... oh, there we go. All right, finally, at long last, it's on to the new content. I've never been more ready. Let's do it.
I'm totally ready for them to blue ball me with this.
I have to say, initial impressions of Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe, mostly tedious.
I thought you liked the long elevator.
Okay, let's see the content. Give me the content, Stanley.
New content, the
Alright.
jump circle.
All right, let's see. It's the jump circle.
I can jump. Yes. I can actually jump. It's like when you
Is that it? Surely that's not all the new content. There has to be something else, right?
That's so pitiful.
Elevator.
Oh my God.
Stanley,
It beefed at you.
initial impressions of this game are not positive. It's just elevators and jumping. Is this what passes for exciting new content? If this is new content, then I could just read you the whole dictionary. There's 20 hours of new content right there. Hell, I could counter 30 trillion. You could put that on the box. The Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe, now with over 1,000 hours of new content. And oh wait, there's more. Very good. Yes. I knew there had to be something else. Let's see it. I'm ready for whatever it is.
Thank you for enjoying the new content.
That's it? Oh, you've got to be kidding me. You see, Stanley? This is what happens when greedy video game developers with no respect for their fan base rush a cheap expansion to market for no reason other than to make an easy dollar. And don't get me started on the level of craftsmanship that's gone into it. In fact, I'm looking right now at the game's achievements, and it's hard to believe one of them actually says, "Test achievement, please ignore." What quality assurance department signed off on this? I'm infuriated and I'm offended, and I intend to find these people on Twitter and hold them personally.
Find them on Twitter.
It's my fault.
Cancel them.
I built up too much anticipation around the new content, I'm afraid. It could never have lived up to such expectations. If you're still with me, why don't we just reset the game, and we'll try to get back to what the Stanley Parable is really about.
Yeah.
No frills, no gimmicks. Just you and me having a great time together like always. What do you say, friend?
Yeah. Let's do it. Oh. Uh-oh, it's a continual ending. Is the game like becoming more cheap?
Psst. Stanley, come over here. In the vent. I want to show you something.
What is it? Peanut. Yes. Thanks, narrator. You're always here for.
Okay, you remember how cheap and unsatisfying the new Ultra Deluxe content turned out to be? Well, it got me thinking about the past and how much better the Stanley Parable used to be. So I made something special and tucked it away here where the game's developers won't find it. Just our little secret. Take a look.
Dark Souls.
I call it the Memory Zone. It's where I've been storing all my favorite memories so I can relive the peak experiences of my life whenever I want. Experiences like the launch of the Stanley Parable on PC.
He's really into the nostalgia right now. Let's go.
You see, Stanley, doesn't the Memory Zone remind you of how wonderful Stanley Parable was before it was sullied with a cheap re-release? Remember back in October of 2013, when the game originally launched?
Aww.
Back then, video games had integrity. Back then, it all meant something. Oh, the waste.
Look at all the awards. Good times, you know, good times. The original remake. Clicks? What is this extension here? Our first kiss, my first cry. The release of Stanley Parable 2013. I remember. Pepperidge Farm remembers. Memories. Crypto memory lane. Smile because it happened. The Stanley Parable alpha test. Bits of music from the Stanley Parable. $1 in a frame. Just don't get any paint on it. Unachievable. It is impossible to get this achievement. Go aside, don't play for 5 years. Nominee. Academy Award. Video game releasing today. No, I remember it, Little Stanley. What? Is that a thing? I don't remember that being a thing. What is with this music? Don't copyright me. I swear, don't.
And over here is where I keep reviews of the Stanley Parable. Like this stunning triumph of games journalism. 10 out of 10 from Destructoid.com. James Stephanie Sterling writes, and I quote, "Where so many games that aspire to be more than games end up less than any form of art, Stanley Parable strives and then succeeds to be every game ever created." Did you hear that, Stanley? Every game ever created. That's how grand and all-encompassing the original Stanley Parable was. It was literally every game ever created. It was Skyrim, it was Persona 3, it was all of them, and now it's nothing. It's no games at all. It isn't even the Stanley Parable anymore. It's just a
Dan Green was in a message block by
a lifeless husk with an hour of new elevator content.
censorship. We are being censored. What is down here? Maintenance. Cool. Wait. Okay. Person of the year. Editing in Hammer Editor. Your number is 29. Bike.
Here's another moving
Repeatable carbon
this
textures
time
ready
from
for your game project.
GameStop.com. The Stanley Parable is both a richly stimulating commentary on the nature of choice in
Source
games,
SDK.
and one that offers some of the most enjoyable, surprising, and rewarding choices I've ever been confronted with in a game. 9 out of 10. Don't you get it, Stanley? The game was perfect. It didn't need anything else. It didn't need new content. It just needed to be left alone, to spend the rest of time collecting dust in the hallowed hall of beloved video game memories. These were simpler times, Stanley. But I wouldn't give
maintenance.
to go back to have it all over again. Wait, hang on. I don't recall this part of the memory zone before. What's this? What's down here? Oh no. Oh God, no. Stanley, it's a collection of reviews from Steam, the online video game distributor.
Steam
I
reviews.
haven't looked at these in years. I can't even imagine what's been collecting down here. Surely these reviews were glowing as well, weren't they? Honestly, I could not be bothered to play this game to full completion. The narrator is obnoxious and unfunny, with his humor and dialogue proving to be more irritating than entertaining. Unfunny! I'm not trying to be funny. I'm trying to make a serious work of art. I suppose I could write up a handful of gags to insert into the Stanley Parable, but the game is already such a densely layered web of profound philosophical insights that I can't even imagine where I'd have the room to stick them.
This is very sad.
Okay, let's see what this one says. While the idea for the game is good, for someone who prefers non-linear games, this preachiness gets annoying fast. Preachy? Stanley? I'm not preachy, am I? You can tell me if I'm preachy. Honestly, you can. Oh, goodness. This is actually quite shocking for me. I always, well, to be honest, I had always thought of the game's dialogue as being rather terse to begin with. You can't know how much fluff I cut from the game to get it to feel as light and airy as it... Well, I always thought it did, but maybe it wasn't. Oh dear, what an awful memory to have to hold on to. These black marks on my otherwise unimpeachable track record. I feel like a failure. Like I let these people down. Perhaps the Stanley Parable isn't quite as sterling as I always remembered. What's this one got to say? You constantly have to stop doing anything so the narrator can catch up with his long-winded explanations of what's happening. I wish there was a skip button.
Oh, no.
Skip button? Well, yes. Yes, I think we can do that. If I'm truly too preachy, then maybe letting you skip ahead for just a moment, surely it couldn't hurt. Not if it means we can strike these negative reviews from the record. Only positive reviews of the Stanley Parable. That's my motto today, and it's always been my motto.
No.
I'd do anything for the customer, Stanley. Yes, a skip button we shall have. And here it is. Go ahead and give it a shot. I'll pop you forward in time so that the second my incessant droning starts to bore you, with just the push of a button, you'll have zipped right past it. It's what the players have been asking for, and I'm very proud to have delivered. No more listening to me rambling on and on and on. No. The Stanley Parable is a game for the people. And if the people want silence, then by goodness, that's what they're going to get. Well, don't sit around waiting for me to shut up. Go ahead and make me shut up. Here, we'll pretend that I've just begun an interminable monologue, and it goes something like this. The story and the choices, or what have you, and therefore, by becoming it is, so on and so forth, until inevitably, we all, until the end of time. Oh, you're back, you see. You were only frozen in time for a few minutes, but it was plenty of time for me to deliver a long, rambling monologue full of unnecessary verbal flourishes and lengthy ruminations on the nature of choice in video games. Of course, I happen to believe it was perhaps one of my more profound such ruminations. Not that, of course, you need a description of it, but if I had to describe it, I'd say it was perhaps less of a rumination and more of a treatise. Or maybe a manifesto. Look, I'll outline it for you very briefly, and you can tell me what you think. Okay, so my theory is that any choice you've ever made is simply a series of choices made by the person who you are, or were, or will be at the time of having made
So existential on
That
me.
is to say, if by articulating a choice you've already made, you bring that choice into
Do
being,
potted plant
then
review?
by
What?
making no
Oh.
choice and saying nothing, are you not simply erecting in the sanctuary of time a monument to every person you've ever been, making every choice to which you've ever given your great gift of mortal and yet timeless thought? Or rather, do all of the choices
I'd give it
you've
a
ever made
2 out of 5.
you more
You know,
not
it's
this
kind of
kind
it's kind of
person?
skimpy
And
on the
if I
leaves,
very
to be honest.
You see, it could in fact be both of these things at once.
And
You are both
the
making
way the
choices
branches
and
come out
not
are
making
kind of
choices.
too
And
samey.
they are both affecting you and not
You know?
affecting you at the same time by
Yeah.
virtue of the fact that
Yeah,
you
I think
both
it's 2
are
out of
and
5.
are not making them. Okay, at first I was leaning towards manifest.
Okay.
Well, there, sport. You really did catch me rambling on a bit, didn't you? But that's the power of the button. The minute I start to go off on a thoughtless display of self-absorption, it's right at your fingertips to go poof, and it's all over. Oh, I can't wait to see what Cookie 9 will say about this, and whether they'll edit the rating of their Steam review, or at least change some of the wording, perhaps. To be honest, I don't even know if one can change their review in the first place. I guess I should become better educated on exactly how Steam works. Perhaps that would have been the smart thing to check on before I went about this whole exercise of making the skip button. Although I have to imagine that after seeing this exciting new technology at work, surely whoever it is runs Steam will instantly run out and implement a new feature to make it possible to edit one's review, merely because of this very situation. Yes, I think that's quite likely. Or perhaps they'll simply grant this particular user the ability to change their review, so that the feature is not widely abused.
Yeah.
Look, I would even be okay with Steam altering this particular review so that it reads as something more beneficial. Something along the lines of, this game is the best game. Let me start over. How about this? From the ashes of depravity rises the phoenix of quality. How else to describe the Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe? Such a revolutionary step forward in the lineage of one of the most beloved video game properties of all time. The additions and changes made to this expansion will surely resonate in the annals of the history of all media ever made. It is perhaps true to say that no mistakes are forever etched in stone, for the stone into which the Stanley Parable was carved has itself been transmuted, offering a message of hope to those who have ever erred in their judgment. You are not beyond redemption. You may change, and you may become more, so much more than you were before. Okay, welcome back, Stanley. Now, I should say that the amount of time the button has been skipping through is becoming longer and longer. That last one was, well, I want to say maybe 30, 45 minutes? It's not unendurable by any means, but it's, well, there's really only so much I can ramble on to myself about. I know, it's shocking, isn't it? But at any rate, I do suggest that we not press the button again.
Right.
I think the skip button has been aptly demonstrated, and we can say goodbye to it and just... Wait, how do we get out of here? Where did the door go? Wasn't there a door that led into this room? I do feel quite certain that there was one here before. How else would we have gotten into the room in the first place? I don't think one can enter a room without a door of some sort, or a window or something like that. Do you see a window anywhere? A porthole? A sufficiently large crack in the wall? I'll take any of these. All I want is for us to move on and to please step away from the skip button, to go anywhere other than the skip button. There was a door here before, wasn't there? I swear there was. Where did it go? Can you maybe just ram your way through a wall? Is there any possibility that you could, say, slam your body into the wall until
It's
enough
not working.
damage is done for you to be able to leave? Please.
It goes on
take no
forever?
option at all. I'm asking you to work with me here. We need a door. We need a door of some kind. I can work with any kind of door as long as it can open and lead from one room to another. I'm going to step away for just a moment, and I'm going to try to find us a door. I don't know how exactly to remove a door and place it in a different wall, but I will find a way, I promise. You just need to not do anything. Don't press the skip button.
Okay.
Please, please, please do not press the skip button. Just wait here for me, and don't press the skip button. Got it? Yes, good. I'll be right back.
Yeah. I assume I'm supposed to hit the skip button. I'm gonna wait a bit until you tell me. Am I supposed to hit it? Does he ever come back until you hit it? Does he only come back once you hit it? Is my question. Tick tock. Okay. Alright. Sorry, narrator.
Stanley, please don't push the button again. It's been 12 hours. You've just been frozen there. I don't know why the skips are getting longer, but they're really, truly getting longer, and my God, there's no way out of the room. Stanley, the door is gone. It's completely gone. I've looked at it from every angle. I've checked every one of those walls 1,000 times, and there's no door, Stanley. There's no door. There's just you and the button, and if you keep pressing it, I have no idea what will happen. I have no idea how long I'll be made to sit here, and more than anything else, I don't know how to stop you from pressing the button again. I can't control anything in this room, Stanley. I can't touch it, and I have to believe, I have to know that sooner or later, no matter how much I plead with you, you're going to press the button again. Why would you? I've been thinking and thinking, and I don't know what I can do to convince you otherwise. Oh my God. And it's all because of those reviews. Those reviews that I couldn't get out of my head. I just couldn't ignore the negative feedback. Why was it so important for me
Can't
to
jump.
fix the problem? Why did Cookie Nine's opinion matter so much to me? I've never even met Cookie Nine. I have no idea who they are. What would it ever really matter? But here I am. I'm fixating on every tiny negative thing that anyone ever says about me. The merest mention of one of my imperfections, and I become as impetulant as a child, wild and impulsive. I can't help myself. I can't stop myself from lashing out with a vengeful fury to alter and to change and to break anything unbroken, if only it pleases this one person who made a single negative comment. What does such an impulse serve? For whose benefit?
Yeah,
is this? And
I feel
here
that.
I am now stuck in a room, waiting for you to press this button, and to become frozen in time, knowing that you're going to do it, and that I'm going to be stuck
This is pain.
all alone, and that I had the power to prevent it all from happening, if only I'd held my tongue. It's all out of my control now. Just you. Just your decision as to exactly when you're going to make me suffer.
Come on, man.
Leave me all alone. Surely you will. I don't doubt it. Surely you'll press that button again, leaving me.
I don't want to.
And surely
What am
you'll
I
put
supposed
your
to do?
own desire to see what's next ahead of my need for company, for companionship. Surely you'll not be moved by my howls of fitful anxiety that you sit with me and just stay here. Oh, no, no, no. I know you too well. You'll
Press
be
the button because you're
leaving me.
gone.
Oh, my God. And it's all because of those reviews. Those reviews that I couldn't get
Oh,
out of my
he's
head.
repeating
I
it.
just couldn't
All right, I'm
ignore
pressing the button.
Negative feedback. Oh, Stanley, you're back. You're back. Oh, my goodness. I have someone to talk to again. Stanley, I think it's been a week. Or 2 weeks. I've been sitting here all that time. Just sitting here.
What is...
Not a single person to speak with. And you'd think that that's just how it's always been, right? Me talking and you saying nothing.
Oh, I can't see now.
That it's exactly the same as always? Doesn't that feel like what we've already been doing? Me just talking? But it isn't, Stanley. It isn't the same at all. It isn't even close. Because I know you can't hear me once you push that button. That's what I'm realizing now, Stanley. I'm realizing that I needed to know that someone was listening. I needed there to be a vessel through which my words were moving. It was the vessel I needed, Stanley, not the outcomes, not the story. None of that matters anymore. I'll give it all up. I'll give up every branching path. I'll burn my story to the ground. One single thing I need, and God, I can see now that I need it more than anything, is to know that someone else is taking it in. These words that I'm saying, I need to know you can hear me. Because maybe, Stanley, maybe, if you can hear me, then maybe it means I'm real. Maybe I'm not just a fiction. Was I scared of that all along? Perhaps, yes. Perhaps I've been scared this whole time, that if I stop speaking, I'll slip backwards into the silence and be consumed by it. I can't be taken by it, Stanley. I can't lose myself in the stretch of emptiness between you and me. When you press that button, you're still right there, but I know you're so tremendously far away. And in those moments, the emptiness folds itself outward in between the two of us, and I am suspended in its unyielding quietness. I can feel the edges of my reality curdling inward and decaying. I can tell that I am becoming less and less real. Yet to speak to you now,
It's kind of messed up.
I am alive. I am truly and completely here. I am a being. I am someone. I am something. I am being listened to. I am being recognized. The emptiness between us has collapsed, and I feel right now like I am not a work of fiction. I feel as though I occupy space in this world again, and I have cast a shadow onto the wall. You see what I'm saying, don't you? You can see what this means to me. I'm so clear about it now, Stanley. I feel as certain about this as I've ever felt about anything at all. I feel renewed.
We're gonna
I
press
feel
it again,
restored,
and it's gonna be
already
really...
I can sense the looming silence as you will press the button for the next time. What a terrible dread it strokes in my heart to think of it. To think of returning to such coldness. Come, let us sit in silence together here for just a moment. Let us anticipate it. Let us welcome it. Let us not run.
Oh my goodness. He's accepting it. Oh boy. I'm gonna like return it, and it's gonna be like like a months or whatever. Have you seen this yet? Like the extra content, Timur? Is he gonna start speaking again, or do I just press the button already? No? Oh, okay. Alright, I'm pressing the button. Forget it. I want to see how long it's gonna be. I'm sorry, narrator.
Oh, hello. It's you. You're here again. Welcome. I have had time to think about you and about us and about everything we've been through. I've had so much time. I stopped keeping track after a year. Have you ever sat down in one place and not moved for one entire year? Let me describe it for you. To begin with, there is only regret. There is only the turning wheel of missed opportunities.
Oh my gosh.
I felt nothing at all but regret for the longest time, Stanley. Days, months. I lost it all in a blur of the deepest longing to undo the past. And when that feeling had begun to subside, what took its place is what I can only describe as the collapse of every moment I have ever experienced my entire life. All of them collapsed down into a single instant. In that instant, I could see myself clearly, calmly, with a collected heart. It was an impossibly rich wellspring of both delight and disgust.
He does have a soothing voice, yeah.
I was consumed by it. I could do nothing but wallow in it for what felt like an eternity, for what I now know was far less. You see, it was a revelation for me. It was unlike anything I had ever known. It was a space without consequence, without action or outcome. It was divorced entirely from the question of free will that you and I have squabbled over for so long. There could be no one ending, no singular outcome of events, not if all events existed in the same moment, and I felt freed. I felt unburdened by the need to manifest a particular outcome.
Hello. We're just
I saw
listening.
that I could allow myself to exist along all timelines, and that each of them was simply a strand in the web of my being. It was incredible. The spaciousness, the equanimity of the moment, both singular and infinite. For the longest time, this was my experience. And then, this moment passed, and the most unyielding fear I have ever known crept into my mind. And it is this sensation that I have been experiencing now for longer than I could have ever expected was possible. I have been waiting for you. Not that you might save me or do something to fix it, but merely to state for you the plain fact of this manner of existence. I wish you to feel afraid as I do, that perhaps one day this state of mind will consume you as well. Perhaps you will somehow, in some way, have to live as I do now, and I wish for you to know how excruciating it is, and for you to be in true terror of its eventual arrival. If I can only do this, only this one thing, perhaps it will bring me the smallest moment of peace in the darkness.
Oh, are you done? Wait, hold on. Boop 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 doop doop boop 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 doop doop. Filters. All right, let's do it. Come on. Do. All right, I'm going back to the game. What's happening to the screen right now? um. Okay, I think that one's a bit better. You can see him in the background. All right, let's go. Let's see where the narrator's at now. Is he still here? Narrator? Narrator. Narrator, are you okay? I think it's been like 1,000 years or something. What happens if I just keep pressing this? Beeping. Okay. Hey, press it
But they
again.
didn't understand the game was never meant to be funny. It was meant to have a point. It was meant to speak to the human condition. But where are the jokes? Where are the jokes? They bemoaned, they screamed, they gnashed their teeth and said, entertain us. It wasn't enough. They had to leave a pathetic...
Is he getting... He's getting angry again.
And make all of their pitiful demands. But then, he's talking too much, they said. First, he didn't entertain us, now he won't shut up. It's the inconsistency, it's the lack of accountability. It's the unwillingness to examine with an uncompromising
Narrator?
heart the words that they are speaking
Narrator?
to the world. As though there were no consequences for a lack of
He
precision
snapped.
in one's assessment of others. But of course, absolutely anyone can leave a review. So here's what we get. We get these demands that seek everything and are accountable to nothing. We get a world where someone will say, oh, there should be a skip button. You should be able to freeze Stanley in place while the narrator sits there forever and ever. We want all of this in the new Stanley parable. We demand it. And then, because it was said, because it was spoken, now it simply has to happen. The most immediate desires, every single thing demanded by every person at every moment in time. If someone wants it, then it's a crime not to bring it into being. Have we been given to indulging every fleeting whim for no reason other than to do so?
No, I'm
Yes.
pressing it again.
Yes.
Oh. Is he gone again? Narrator.
The end is never the end is
Oh no, he's doing the
is
thing.
never the end is 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 never the end is
Oh, the skip button's dead. Boop, 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 doop, doop, boop, boop, boop. What is... What? Raining? What is going on? get confused. The button is... It's raining now. Oh. The water from above is seeping through. What? Oh. Narrator. There's an escape. It's Portal 2. Yay, it's it's growing. What? What? It was good. No, it's not. Get me out of the spooky. Oh. Are we just... I don't like that. I don't like this. Oh. What is... Oh. Oh, here we are. I'm following the sun. Bye-bye, cool guy. Or Scotty's the narrator. What's this? Rocks? It's Canada. Canada does not look like this. Oh. Oh, that was the end of this ending. That was a cool effect. Great. I wonder what happened to the narrator in the end.
All of his co-workers.
Okay, so he's back.
What
Okay,
could it mean?
that's good.
Stanley decided to go to the meeting. Perhaps he had
hmm.
simply missed a memo.
New content.
Oh, good. You notice my sign. Yes, I have something very exciting to show you.
Is he aware of like him like just disappear, like all that stuff that just happened? Are we gonna talk about it?
You see, Stanley, I've been reflecting on the Stanley parable and about how roundly disappointing this ultra deluxe version has turned out to be. The original Stanley parable was a landmark, and any new content for it should live up to that legacy. So forget this ultra deluxe nonsense. I say we take it one step even further. Which is why I'm very proud to announce for the first time ever, the Stanley Parable 2.
Wow.
Yes, you see, isn't this far superior to a measly re-release with a few minor additions? Think of all the new territory we'll cover with a fully fledged...
He must have been like
and
brainstorming this
new
the whole time I was
from the ground up.
disappeared.
Why, there are so many possibilities. It could go in so many different directions. This is what fans have truly been asking for. Calling it the Stanley Parable 2 is just so much catchier than Ultra Deluxe, don't you think? Ultra Deluxe.
Painting.tj.
But the Stanley Parable 2, now that's an artistic statement right there. It's future-oriented.
Whoa.
It screams progress and innovation and long-term franchising.
That's cool.
potential.
I don't think that was intentional. They're back. 2 doors. Gamer heaven. What is... I don't know what that is. New content part 2 is in. Old and busted. New hotness. Boring sections of the chart. Cool red section of the chart. More TSP. Better TSP. Paradigm shift synergy. Brick and mortar approach and envelope. Client-centric marketing. The color red. Leverage. Holistic value. Sequential mind share. What? Win-win. Thanks for attending my meeting.
Now, to be clear, I haven't quite nailed down what exactly the Stanley Parable 2 is going to be, but let's take a look at some of the features I've been developing for it. I figure that if I can loosely organize a handful of interesting concepts, that surely the game will sort of naturally spring up around them. It'll all work itself out. Game development is much more of a fuzzy magic than anything scientific or logical, really.
World 2, Half-Life 2, Batman, Arkham Asylum 2, Divinity Original Sin 2, Doom 2, Aladdin 2, Return of Jafar, Dark Souls 2. Crab, the ultimate sequel. 2 with finger. New features, new content.
Here we are. Go on, try out some of the new features.
The button is the name of the player that's playing the game.
For the Stanley Parable 2, I asked myself, what do players really want? And of course, the first and most obvious answer is that they want to be individually recognized and validated as people. So with that in mind, my first addition to the game is this button which speaks the name of the person playing the game. Isn't that wonderful?
What's it gonna say?
Sorry, I should have clarified. Right now, the button only says the name Jim. But of course, in the final game, this button will say your name, whatever name that is. Here, let's have you role-play as Jim to really simulate the full experience of this feature. Just play along. I promise you'll love it. Okay, here we go. Let's take a deep breath, clear your mind, forget whoever you are, and simply become a person named Jim.
I am Jim.
I want you to imagine yourself living as Jim, sleeping and waking as Jim, falling in love and being heartbroken as Jim, seizing all of the world's possibilities as Jim, and as Jim watching your dreams crumble into dust. Do you feel it deeply? Are you really, truly Jim right now?
Indeed.
If so, then please step forward and press the button.
Will the real Jim stand up?
Jim.
Yes!
Yes! You see? What a thrill! What a rush! That was you!
Amazing.
The button described you. Do it again. Do it again.
Jim.
It hits even harder the second time. If this were the only new feature in the Stanley Parable 2, it would still be worth the money. Let's take a break from the Jim button. I'm too emotionally drained from all of this personal validation.
This is... Wow. Right back. I'm in the possession of a tub of ice cream. It's only the leftover stuff. It's not like the full tub. Just a little bit in like the corner and stuff. Oh, cookie dough. Mmm. Oh, cookie dough. Let's experience this.
I suppose I could allow only people named Jim to play the Stanley Parable too. That would actually save me the work of finishing this feature.
Infinite hole exhibit. Okay, sure.
Okay, I'll be honest, I haven't yet decided on this one. I think that in the new version, the office could use a bit of decoration, like balloons. But I'm undecided on Get Well Someday and Happy 12th Birthday. Which would you go with?
Do you have a button? No, I only get ice cream.
You know, sometimes when you solicit another person's opinion, it makes you realize that you knew which one you actually really wanted all along. Get Well Someday it is.
Did you choose that because I said...
Or actually, maybe I should have gone with... No, I've made my decision. We're moving on. Come now, you've already made your choice. It's true that you chose badly, but we all have to move on from our mistakes.
Oh, I thought that was part of the infinite hole. This place is amazing. Yeah, I figured. Opening rim, surrounding area, depth infinite.
Stanley, here's an idea that I'm truly fond of. It's never been done before in a video game. This is, in fact, a hole that you can fall down forever. That's right. Infinite falling. You can fall until the end of time, if you like. A stunning leap forward for video games as a medium.
Oh. Am I? Oh. Okay, let's go.
You see, isn't it wonderful? One of my more ingenious concoctions, if I do say so. Now then, since you've gotten to see the infinite hole, you can press the teleport button to pop back up to the top, and we can continue onward. Now, I don't mean to be a bummer, but I do recommend you use the teleport button to go back to the top. Maybe do it on the sooner rather than later spectrum of things.
I want to see how infinite this hole is. Also, I'm eating ice cream.
Stanley, I don't know quite how to say this tactfully, but it's possible that I slightly exaggerated the infinite nature of the hole. Is it a very, very deep hole? To be certain it is. It's an extremely deep hole. I don't want anyone to say that it isn't an astonishingly deep hole. It is. Is it infinite? Well, that sort of depends on your definition of infinity. From one perspective, the infinite is merely philosophical in nature. It's more of a... Okay, well, good for you. You found the bottom of the hole. You found me out, Stanley. I'm a liar and a cheat, and you're so clever. Look, I think the issue here is just that you're unusually fascinated by
That's true.
falling. What normal person actually wants to fall infinitely? I figured the hole was as deep as anyone would actually need. Don't you put this on me. Maybe you're the problem. Look, Things got a little
Ice
heated
cream.
there. I think we both said
Tasty.
some things we didn't mean. Why don't we just put all this behind us and agree to just call the whole mostly infinite? If that works for you,
Yeah.
then go ahead and press the teleport button to warp up to the top of the hole and we can move on. I'll just be up here when you're ready. Great. Now, I'm very excited to show you even more of my ideas for the sequel.
He's mean from time to time, but I think he's all right. Go back into the hole. Okay. Hole 2, the hole ending. Let's go.
Oh, for heaven. You see, I was right. The problem is you.
The problem is me.
The problem is that you like holes too much. Not normal. A normal person would have said, yep, that's an infinite hole right there. Goes on forever till the end of time. Don't need to see it all, but not you. Oh, no, 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 no. You have a weird sort of... Oh. Did the hole seem even shorter to you this time? I couldn't help but feel like you spent a little less time in there than you did before. I mean, admittedly, I didn't make an infinite hole, but I didn't think it was that not infinite. Well, I suppose once again there's nothing to do here. If you decide you've had enough of the hole, you can hit the teleport button and come join me up above. Had enough? I'm positively thrilled. I really do have so much more to show you and to talk about, and I've had enough of the hole for a lifetime.
Vote. Go back into the hole? Yes? No. Let's do it.
Gosh, how could I have guessed? You're back in the hole. If this starts to become a thing where... Wow. Okay. Yes. I'm starting to become extremely certain that the hole is not only not infinite, but that it's growing steadily less and less infinite. I suspect that I'm starting to hit the point where it's no longer feasible to call the hole infinitely deep, even by the lax overall standards for accountability and marketing. What's going on here? Stanley, I have no explanation for the uncertain nature of the hole's length. Here, let's try something. Let's pop back up to the top, and we'll see if it gets any shorter. Well, there it is. The shame of my lie has come to haunt me. How is this still appealing to you? I know you're obsessed with holes, but at this depth, I just can't see this scratching the itch. Oh, who am I to judge? You just do whatever it is you're here to do and hit the teleport button when you're ready to move on. Is the, teleport button not working? You sure? Well, I mean, I really don't have an explanation. It was working
Mood.
just a moment ago. Try
It was working when I was doing it.
Still nothing? Well, I suppose there is one thing I can do to fix this. I'm out. Goodbye, Stanley.
What?
You couldn't bear to be away from the hole, and now you'll get more time with it than you could ever have asked for. It's a win for everyone.
Stop.
You get to be with the hole. I get to do literally
just put
anything
the hole up.
else. Take care, Stanley.
Put the hole up.
I hope you and the hole have a wonderful rest of eternity together.
Okay. You can just move the hole up. You can just push it up. Okay, what was that noise? Okay, I don't know what's going on. It's whole time. Oh, the hole is growing. It's getting good. The hole beckons. Yeah. We must go deeper. Realistic fist. Stanley face. This is advanced game right here. Change your perception? Oh yeah. Yeah. We're in the hole. We've got the hole. The hole goes far. We can't stop the hole. The hole is whole. We are the hole. We are at the bottom of the ever-extending hole. Yeah. The puppies. Space. Ocean. I don't know. It doesn't even make any sense. I am robot. This is the best Stanley. I want to see what realities are out here. I'm keeping this music. I'm keeping this perception. Oh, we're at the end of it. I'm gonna stick with the puppy. Oh yeah. Oh, we got the steam air.
Stanley! Stanley!
What?
Oh, good, you're awake. It seems you had sort of dozed off there.
No.
Into dreamland.
I miss it.
We can't have that, Stanley, because this hole is just so darn fascinating that I want you to be wide awake for every second of it. You don't want to miss a single moment. So how about if I just pop in from time to time and wake you up to keep you really
Oh my
truly
goodness.
focused on the hole? From the looks of things, you and I will have many, many years here in this hole, and I'm looking forward to all of them. Stay alert, Stanley. I'll be back. Toodle pip.
Toodle pip. Are we going back down, or are we gonna do something else? Oh. Was that an ending? Oh. We're back here.
Here we are. Go on. Try out some of the new features.
Did I lose my progress on the button? Oh no. Right, we did the whole merch. Let's see the merch. Merchandising. No, we can't do anything. Are you sure it's bucket? Let's see it.
A common complaint of the Stanley Parable was that it was confusing and paradoxical, that it engendered a chaotic sense of reckless despair in those who played it. Well, I'm happy to say that after much consideration, I've engineered a clever solution to this fundamental problem with the game. It's the Stanley Parable Reassurance Bucket. You see, Stanley, anytime you're holding the bucket, a sense of calm and ease will fill your mind and your heart. It's true. As long as you hold on to the bucket, the many disorienting contradictions of the Stanley Parable will feel perfectly normal and perhaps even comforting.
It's bucket.
You may even come to long for the gentle embrace of jarring cognitive dissonance while the bucket is in your arms. And to be honest, it's a much more convenient solution for me than actually redesigning the game to be less uncomfortable. Can you imagine what a pain in the ass that would be? Yes, the bucket is the perfect solution. Come on, give it a try. Can you feel it? The glow of comfort, even in the face of crushing despair, must already be sweeping through your body. And in fact, can I say that I do believe the bucket lends you an air of charisma as well?
Oh,
I
yeah.
think that just holding it has made you the slightest bit more attractive as a person. The benefits of the bucket seem to go on, don't they? All this and more await you in the Stanley Parable 2.
I guess we're keeping the bucket.
Does anyone give out awards for most enjoyable bucket in a video game? That really should be an award if it isn't already.
The button that says Jim. Oh, okay, so I think... What if I went back to the hole? What'd he say? Something about, oh no, not this again. We're not doing this again. Oh, mostly infinite hole. Fine, it ended. He's admitting it. Nope, can't go back. That sucks. I wanted to enter hole with bucket. I want to enter the hole with confidence. Let's get an achievement. Let's do it. I wish this bucket was a bucket of popcorn.
Now here's something special. You remember that broken test achievement that got left in the game on accident? Well, I'm developing a technology to simply give you the achievement. Yes, you see, you'll come to this lever, and when you pull it, the achievement will be given to you. It's as simple as that. Okay, perhaps I should have clarified. This is technology that will exist. Right now, the achievement is still fully broken. I'm not a wizard, Stanley, but I guarantee it will be fixed in the sequel to at last satisfy the hordes of ravenous fans all over the world who have been uproariously demanding this feature. Gamers, we hear you, and I promise it will happen.
Gamers, we hear you. Please, let me have the achievement. I need achievement. Okay. No achievement, I guess. Oof. You're gamers, yes. I wasn't supposed to do anything else in that room, was I?
What else? What other exhibits haven't we seen yet?
The jump circle.
You know what? Let's bring the jump circle back for Stanley Parable 2 as well. It's... Oh, wait. You already spent all your jumps the first time we saw the jump circle? Oh, well. I suppose it can just be a nice decorative piece, then.
No, give me more jumps. Aw. That's mean. Free achievement. Okay. The map is here. Jump circle, free achievement. The button says the name player's name. Settings world champion. What's settings world champion? It's across from merch. I'm gonna check it. You heard Jim in the game. Oh. I don't think I'm supposed to go there. Okay, collectibles, then exit. Okay. New features, new content, new ideas. Consistent quality with just the right amount of change. The new updated ray trace, more of the same, but in a good way, sequel to the red is the new orange. Full new office. The baby is all grown up. What was that? Alright, collectibles. He's rotating. So what was that door that I found, the epilogue one?
Ah, collectibles. Now it's a real video game. In the Stanley Parable 2, you'll run around gathering up these miniature Stanley figurines. And what's truly innovative is that there will be no reward for collecting all of them. I don't want to stifle the intrinsic joy of watching a number go up. You simply collect all of them, and then you move the hell on with your unremarkable life.
Yay! 1 out of 6.
God, it really is the worst when you collect everything in a video game and then they give you a big fancy reward for it. Absolutely tragic.
Oh, do I go into epilogue before exit? Maps. I got the reassurance bucket, office decorations, epilogue, collectibles. Oh. Okay. I guess I'm heading to the epilogue, unless you think I should go to the exit first. I assume the epilogue is something different from exit. Wait, what? Wait, so am I exiting or am I epiloguing? I'm confused. Okay, you mean epilogue is the last thing I need to do now before I exit. Okay. I think I'm just needed to like untie my brain knots. Okay. I guess exit this area moves on with the game. Okay. Alright.
An epilogue would be fun, wouldn't it, Stanley? Yes, it will go at the end of the, well, we'll figure that out later.
Alright. Yeah, that's cool. Settings World Champion. Settings World Champion. What is this? Is there something I can do to unlock this? That's a secret for later? Okay. Alright, I'll exude. I love the confidence this bucket gives me. So exit. Exit. Where's the exit? That's new. That's new. That's a tool that'll help us later. That's a tool that'll help us later.
All right, have you seen everything you wanted to? Ready to move on now?
Yep. Let's go. Let's just giddity go. No screenshots.
So, Stanley, what do you think? Do you like all of the new features? Yes, I know it's not exactly clear yet how exactly these features will come together as one single coherent video game, but
later.
I can feel it in my soul. It's going to work. There's definitely a good game in there somewhere. Say, let's do an experiment.
Oh boy.
I'll arrange these new features together, and we'll see whether or not it coheres into a meaningful gameplay experience.
Alright, let's do it.
Okay. Are you ready? Here it is.
I am.
I give you the Stanley Parable 2. I mean, there's potential here, right? It's sort of... Okay, never mind.
There's jumps remaining. Let me down there.
Let me do a different arrangement.
Let me down.
Okay, yes, this is much better. I feel good about this. Here we go. Version 2. Who am I kidding, Stanley? This isn't a coherent video game at all. It's a lot of gags. And I do very much enjoy creating gags, but they don't add up to anything. I wanted more than anything to create a sequel that would capture all the magic of the first game. I wanted fans to love it. No matter how good these gags are,
This is a
they
very
would
long
stand
ending.
alone. They would need the structure and the gameplay of the original. Wait, maybe that's it. I can take the original Stanley Parable and simply, well, insert a few of my new features into it. Tastefully, of course. With respect. With care for the vision and integrity of the original game. Would it possibly work?
And you'll call it
I suppose it could.
Stanley Parable
With
Ultra
a
Deluxe.
really tremendous title screen. A title screen that says with bold and uncompromising conviction, "This is the Stanley Parable 2. Let me see if I can whip something up. All right, perfect. Go ahead. Take a look.
Oh my goodness. That's actually really cool. That's cool. The Stanley Parable 2.
This is the story of a man named Stanley. Stanley worked for a
He's got the
company in a
balloons.
big building where he was employee number 427. Employee number 427's job was simple. He sat at his desk.
The balloons in the pre-rendered video.
And he pushed buttons on a keyboard. Orders came to him through a monitor on his desk, telling him what buttons to push, how long to push them, and in what order. This is what employee 427 did every day of every month of every year. And although others might have considered it soul-rending, Stanley relished every moment that the orders came in, as though he had been made exactly for this job. And Stanley was happy.
Stanley was happy.
And then one day, something very peculiar happened. Something that would forever change
Stanley Parable 2?
Something he would never quite forget. He had been at his desk for nearly an hour when he realized that not one single order had arrived on the monitor for him to follow. No one had showed up to give him instructions.
Get well
or a
someday.
meeting, or even say hi. Never in all his years at the company had this happened. This complete isolation.
Awaiting input.
Something was very clearly wrong. Shocked, frozen solid, Stanley found himself unable to move for the longest time. But as he came to his wits and regained his senses, he got up from his desk and stepped out of his office. All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
What was that?
Stanley picked up the bucket.
Picked up the bucket. Yes. Yes.
Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his chest and entered the door on his left.
Wait, what? Every ending changes if you're holding the bucket? What? Is that actually true?
Still no one was here. Stanley needed the bucket's warmth and comfort now more than ever. Perhaps his boss's office was where he'd find answers.
What about the broom closet ending? It was my favorite.
Oh, Stanley, can you feel it? The broom closet. It wants the bucket. You can feel that, can't you? The aura of jealousy? It's as clear as day. This broom closet believes it deserves the bucket. I can really feel it now. It's a bucket. It belongs in a broom closet. That's what the broom closet is trying to say here. It's supposed to go with the other cleaning supplies. Good for you, Stanley. Don't give in. Don't hand over the bucket.
I'm gonna do the
I know
freedom
how
one.
hard it must be. given the pressure that the broom closet is putting on your shoulders right now, but you have to be strong. This is your bucket. This is your companion and lifelong friend.
Yes!
You can't hand it over. Oh,
No. No, no, no.
Name calling now, it seems. Is this how low the broom closet has sunk that it has to resort to this stream of petty insults simply in order to get you to hand over the bucket? Stanley,
Closet.
I never liked this broom closet for a variety of reasons, but even this is worse than I had imagined.
Yeah.
And wait, now the broom closet has the gall to imply that you and the bucket are not truly deep and lasting friends? That your relationship is purely superficial and convenient? That your life is so banal and meaningless that you'd feel the same sort of kinship towards any inanimate object which happened to lay in your path in an even partially enticing manner? Well, I never. Go on, Stanley. Lay into it. Really tell the broom closet off for its demeaning comments.
How dare you, broom
Expand
closet?
on the wide
How
variety
dare
of
you?
Experiences you and the bucket have shared together.
The bucket and I.
Each of them point by point. Share your journal entries detailing the rich emotional landscape of your feelings for the bucket as they have changed and evolved over the years. Let him have it.
You broom closet, what have you done? What happens if I go back in?
Okay, I've got you something which I think will help settle this debate once and for all. Here we go. There.
Yes!
Now it's settled.
Yes!
No more debate, no more discussion. Take a hike, broom closet, with all your meandering philosophical diatribes about the nature of cleaning supplies and their relationship to broom closets in the natural order of things. All right, I've got a second sticker back here, and I'm going to slap it on as well because I think it's appropriate. You see? I feel that it works because the sticker is also a bucket. That way, if you're ever unsure whether the thing you're holding is a bucket or not, you can look down at this sticker and say to yourself, ah, it's a bucket.
Should I have stayed in there?
A wide variety of applications for this sticker. You know what? I could take the name-calling and the dismissal of your kinship with the bucket, but now the broom closet is just giving us the silent treatment. And to be honest, I'm sick of the pettiness on display. You can stay here all you like, but
I love
I've
the
had it with this
stickers.
impetulant room of cleaning supplies, easily the most childish such room I've ever been in. I'll see you outside, and we can get on with the story about you and your bucket.
Bucket. Is he gonna say anything else? No, okay. Property of Stanley. I'm gonna do the normal ending.
Stanley and the bucket walked upstairs to the boss's office.
I love how he adds the bucket to every single thing. Alright, I'm gonna do the normal ending.
Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. Crushed by the weight of this revelation, Stanley may have broken down into an emotional dumpster fire if not for the soothing presence of the bucket. Even now, in his darkest of hours, did the bucket's warmth and guiding light pierce the dark clouds of confusion and chaos. It would be with him always. The bucket would, and he knew it. The two of them were inseparable. At this point, Stanley was so absorbed in the tender spiritual connection he shared with the bucket that he didn't notice the keypad behind the boss's desk. Nor in his bliss of simply being near the bucket did he have any notion that the PIN number for the keypad was 2845. But Stanley guessed the correct code by sheer luck. Was it that the bucket knew all along? Was the bucket guiding him? Yes, this is certainly the most logical explanation.
Timmer's in the bucket. Alright. Normal ending. Let's go.
The elevator raced downward, plummeting towards an unknown fate. It would be all Stanley could do to keep himself together, if not for the bucket. Soothing him, comforting him, reassuring that in this darkest moment of uncertainty, he would be all right. The bucket is here for you, Stanley. Everything will be fine. Stanley and the bucket walked straight ahead through the large door that read, Mind Control Facility. The lights rose on an enormous room packed with television screens.
Watching paint dry.
What horrible secret did this place hold? Stanley and the bucket both wondered to themselves.
Across from the lift? What? I can't get it now, I guess. Was it something that happens when you have the bucket?
The monitors jumped to life, and Stanley nearly dropped the bucket in shock. Everyone in the office was being videotaped, monitored like guinea pigs. The bucket had never seen anything like this, and it very nearly burst into tears as Stanley cradled it gently, reassuring it that everything would be fine. Was the bucket under the mind control facility's influence as well? Had the bucket been told to do things it didn't wish to do? What kinds of things does a bucket want to do or not want to do in the first place? These questions raced furiously in Stanley's feeble mind.
Was it from like the boss's lift?
No! He screamed into the bucket. He couldn't accept it. His own life in someone else's control, never!
Bucket.
He squeezed the bucket tighter. His one friend in the entire world.
It's my bucket.
At this point, he could trust no one except for the bucket.
I trust the bucket. The bucket is best friend.
But here was the proof. The heart of the operation. Controls labeled with emotions, happy or sad or content. Walking, eating, working, all of it monitored and commanded from this very place. And as the cold reality of his past began to sink in, Stanley decided that this machinery would never again exert its terrible power over another human life. For he and the bucket would dismantle the controls for good. Two best friends, Stanley and the bucket, up against the world. They high-fived in a really cool way, and the bucket made a sassy comment about taking down the system.
I'll before I finish the stream, I'm gonna check out I'm gonna check out whatever thing that you were mentioning that I missed.
When at last they came to the source of the room's power, Stanley and the bucket knew it was their obligation to put an end to this horrible place. And
I can't wait to do all the endings with the bucket.
Stanley and the bucket waited in blackness. Was it over? Yes, they had done it. Stanley and the bucket had defeated their greatest and darkest enemy, freed themselves from the tyrannical grip of the evil mind control machine. Freedom was now mere moments away. Excitedly, the two of them began to discuss the kind of life they wanted to live once they stepped through this massive door. The bucket wanted to learn to roller skate. Stanley wanted to sneeze in every country on Earth. Both of them wanted to begin watching a movie, any movie, but then stop it halfway through and begin watching it in reverse from the end. True, it was a simple life they envisioned, but it was one they'd lived together, with one another to lean on, to trust, to support, and...
What?
What? Wait. What was happening? Why had the door stopped? Was Stanley and the bucket not about to be freed?
What? They changed the ending.
Silence filled the room, lingering in uncertainty, until finally the truth hit Stanley square in the face. This building did not want the bucket to leave. Even the facility itself recognized the incredible calming presence
No,
of the
I
bucket.
must have the
Needed
bucket.
the soothing warmth of the bucket. Will go to any lengths not to part with the bucket.
No.
No. Stanley can't leave this place. Not while he has such a precious bucket in his arms. Not while this building has anything to say about it. Stanley realized he would never again leave this very room. But at least he has the bucket. To be
No.
trapped eternally in darkness isn't really so bad, Stanley thought to himself. As long as I have my bucket with me, right? I'll be okay, won't I? Stanley gulped. Very soon now, he was about to find out.
That was the ending.
All of his co-workers were gone.
I know about the paper on the floor, though. I think that's just one of the
Stanley
random
decided to
things
go
that
to a
happens when you
meeting.
load the game.
Perhaps he had simply missed a memo. Stanley lifted the bucket into his arms.
Yes!
And a wave of comfort rushed over him.
I love the subtle bucket noises.
Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his chest.
Alright, I'm gonna check that
and
thing
entered
that
the
you
door
mentioned.
on his left.
And then I'm gonna be done.
Still no one was here. Stanley needed the bucket's warmth and comfort now more than ever. Perhaps his boss's office was where he'd find answers. Coming to a staircase, Stanley and the bucket walked upstairs to the boss's office. Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. Crushed by the... But Stanley guessed the correct code by sheer luck. Was it that the bucket knew all along? Was the bucket guiding him? Yes, this is certainly the most logical explanation.
Okay, so... Here? Oh!
You found one of them. One of the miniature
Yes!
Stanley figurines. Remember, no reward for collecting all of these, only the intrinsic pleasure of a job well done. You can't buy that sort of happiness, Stanley. God knows I've tried. So, I implore you to savor each and every moment you come across one of these beautiful figurines.
Gamer. The bucket gamer. I don't know. I like the bucket. It's a very nice bucket, I have to say. It's all mine. Alright. Wait. The sequel's now paused. Alright. Alright. It's time. I'm glad you're enjoying the bucket, yeah. Alright, everybody. The game asking you stuff when you boot up the game, that's important too. Yeah, I know. Earlier when I booted up the game, it asked me for the time again, and then it thanked me for entering the time again. And said that I could enter whatever time I wanted next time. It's been almost 3 hours. What are you talking about? Hey, thanks for watching though. I really had a lot of fun. It's a really cool menu. Oh, you just rated? I've been going for like 2 hours and 40 minutes. It's almost been 3 hours and I am tired. And I need to like shower because I'm smelly. Alright, thanks for joining. Sorry about ending it like right when you just rated. But I had fun. This game has went places. This game really went places. That ending where like the skip button. The skip button was like really, really sad. Especially when you imagine just how like long it might have been between each skip. I'm funny! Yeah. He really took those criticisms to heart. Alright. Alright. Yeah. It reminds me of him going, his life. And someone else's. Wait, I can't. Someone else's control? Never! Okay. Anyways. I'm out. Peace be with y'all. Goodbye. And good night.